Hello friends, welcome back to the Cafe Science. Here we are going to continue with our journey of atomic theory. In this video, we will see what Dalton's atomic theory is. So, John Dalton published his theory of atoms in 1808. His findings were primarily based on first, his own experiments, and second, the laws of chemical combination, which we have seen in the last video. Now we are going to see what are the postulates of his theory. So there were total 6 postulates. First is all matter consists of individual particles called atoms. Second, atoms of the same element are similar in shape and mass but differ from the atoms of other elements. This means that if you take two atoms of the same element, they will be similar in all aspects but will be very much different from the atoms of other elements. Next is atoms cannot be created or destroyed, and obviously they will have some constant mass. So therefore the mass of the mass of the element in any reaction must be conserved. Next, atoms of different elements may combine with each other in a fixed simple whole number ratios to form compound atoms. So this is similar to law of constant proportions, which we have seen in the last video. uh, because as we can see, if atoms are combining in some fixed ratios, the whole element must also be combining in some fixed proportions. Next is atoms of same element can combine in more than one ratio also to form two or more compounds. This is similar to law of multiple proportions, and example as we have seen is carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide gases. Next is the atom is the smallest unit of matter that can take part in a chemical reaction. So these are all 6 postulates of his theory. So now what changes did his theory bring, that we are going to see with one example. So hydrogen and carbon dioxide. These are two well-known gases. At the time of Dalton, they were known by these names: inflammable gas and fixed gas. Now, these two gases were classified at that time based on their properties, such as highly combustible, light in weight, etc. for hydrogen, and incombustible, heavy weight, etc. for carbon dioxide. Also, the sum of the reactions of these gases were known. So based on those reactions also these gases were being classified. But according to Dalton's theory, each form of matter is made up of some smaller particles. So therefore, Dalton believed that hydrogen and carbon dioxide, these gases are also made up of some smaller particles. So assuming this, he studied their chemical reactions, chemical properties, and found two interesting things. So first is the smallest particle of hydrogen is purely hydrogen. That means the smallest particle of hydrogen contains purely hydrogen. If you try to break the smallest particle, you cannot break it into two separate elements or two separate substances. So therefore, as we have seen in one of the postulates, that atom in the smallest part cannot be break down into simpler parts. So therefore, he stated that hydrogen is purely made up of atoms, while in case of carbon dioxide, he found that carbon dioxide, if we can break the smallest particle of carbon dioxide into carbon and oxygen, so therefore the smallest particle of carbon dioxide is not an atom, so he named it as a molecule. And therefore he found two types of species, one which is made up of atoms, another which is made up of molecules. So therefore with the one which is made up of atoms, he named them as element, and another he named them as compound. So this difference between element and compound, and atoms and molecules was first studied and explained by Dalton. So these are the elements and compounds which were identified by Dalton. So these symbols for hydrogen, carbon, etc. These symbols were assigned by him. He also tried to give the formulas of the compounds, but as you can see, these formulas are wrong. For example, for water, he gave formula as one atom of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen, etc. For ammonia also, he gave formula as one atom of hydrogen and one atom of nitrogen. So although he was able to guess what are compounds, etc., but still he was not able to give the correct formulas. Now, what are the problems with his theory? So as we have seen that the formulas predicted by him were incorrect, and the reason behind this was his assumption. That was, the simplest compound between any two elements is always one atom of each. That is, according to him, as water is the simplest compound of hydrogen and oxygen, it must contain one atom of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. That is, its formula must be HO, not H2O. And this assumption led his predictions to be incorrect. He found so his predictions were far away from the true values of atomic masses. Next problem was that he stated the laws as postulates. So as we have seen, the three of the six postulates that he has stated were just the law of chemical combination restated at the molecular level. So this makes scientists and chemists at that time to believe that his theory was unrealistic and his atoms were imaginary. This is the reason his theory does not gain much praise at that time, and hence this theory was further improved by some different chemists, which we are going to see in the next videos. Thank you.